Welcome, everyone. We're really glad you could join us today. We're going to explore something in English that, it can seem a little tricky at first. But trust me, once you understand it, it's super useful. Today, we're talking about phrasal verbs.
That's right. Phrasal verbs. They're everywhere in English.
Exactly. So what are they? Well, you can think of them like little word teams. They always have a main verb, an action word like go or take or put. And then they have another small word with them, usually something like up, down, in, out, or on.
Like a verb plus a little partner word.
Yes. And the magic part is, when these two words team up, they often create a brand new meaning. A meaning that's, often quite different from the verb or the little word on its own. It's their special team meaning.
It really is. And understanding that new meaning is key.
It is. And, English speakers, they use these word teams all the time, every single day, in normal conversation. Learning them helps your English sound, much more natural, more fluent.
Definitely. It's a big part of sounding natural.
So our goal today, our mission, is to help you understand the different kinds of phrasal verbs, different types. Because we really believe that if you understand these types, it makes learning them, remembering them, and using them much, much easier.
That's a great way to think about it. Knowing the types is... it's like learning the basic rules of a game, isn't it?
Oh, I like that. Rules of a game.
Yeah. Imagine trying to play, say, football without knowing the rules. It would be very confusing.
Totally confusing.
But once you know the rules, like what you can and can't do, you can play much better. You feel more confident.
Makes sense.
It's just like that with phrasal verbs. Understanding the types helps you know how to put them in your sentences correctly. It gives you that confidence boost when you speak English.
Remove some of the mystery, maybe.
Exactly. It makes the whole learning process feel, a bit smoother, less scary.
Okay, I love that game analogy. It really shows how important this is. So let's jump into the first big idea, shall we? This first idea, it's actually about all verbs in English, not just phrasal verbs. It's fundamental.
A core concept.
Right. So some verbs, they need something or maybe someone after them to kind of complete the meaning. If you just say the verb, it feels unfinished, like the action is going somewhere, but where?
Like something's missing.
Exactly. But other verbs, they don't need anything after them. Their meaning is complete all by itself. The action just happens.
Self-contained.
Yes. Think about it like this. Picture an action. Does this action do something to someone or something else? Is there a target? If yes, then that's someone or something that gets the action. That's what we call a direct object.
The receiver.
The receiver. Perfect word. The target of the verb's action.
Exactly. And understanding this direct object idea is, it's crucial for understanding how English sentences work. Especially with our phrasal verbs, we can basically put all verbs into two big groups based on this, transitive and intransitive.
Okay. Transitive and intransitive. Let's break those down.
Let's start with transitive verbs, just general verbs first. The definition is pretty simple. These verbs must have a direct object. They need one.
They need a receiver.
They need a receiver, yes. The action of the verb goes to someone or something. It affects something else. Like if I just say, I want, you immediately think.
Want what?
Exactly. Want needs an object. It's transitive. It feels incomplete without it.
Got it.
Let's use a couple of simple examples, not phrasal verbs yet, just regular verbs. If I say, I eat an apple, the verb is eat. What do I eat?
An apple.
Right. An apple is the direct object. It's the thing receiving the eating action. The action goes to the apple.
Okay, that's clear.
Or she reads a book. Verb is reads. What does she read?
A book.
A book. Direct object. The reading action is directed at the book. Reads is doing something to the book. So this basic idea, this is what we need for phrasal verbs too. The big question now is, how does this apply to our special word teams?
Right. How do phrasal verbs fit into this transitive idea?
Well, let's look at the other type first, quickly. Intransitive verbs.
Okay, the opposite.
Exactly the opposite. These verbs do not need a direct object. The action is complete by itself. Or just affects the person doing the action, the subject. No target needed.
Okay.
For example, I sleep. The verb is sleep. Do I need to add anything after sleep for you to understand?
No. Sounds complete. I sleep.
Right. I don't sleep an object. The action is just happening. It affects me, the sleeper.
Okay.
Another one. Birds fly. Verb is fly. Do birds fly something?
No, they just fly.
They just fly. The action is complete. No direct object. They are just doing the flying. These verbs stand alone.
Okay, that distinction is really clear now. Verbs that need an object transitive. Right. Verbs that don't intransitive. So now, let's connect this back to our phrasal verbs. How do these ideas work with our word teams?
Perfect. Let's start with transitive phrasal verbs.
Sure.
Just like those regular transitive verbs, these phrasal verb teams also need a direct object. The action of the phrasal verb affects something or someone else. There's a receiver.
Okay, so they work the same way in needing an object.
Exactly. Our material gives a great example. I look after my sister on Mondays.
Look after my sister.
Right, let's break it down. The phrasal verb is look after. And look after means, well, it means take care of, right?
Take care of.
So if I ask, who do I look after? What's the answer?
My sister.
My sister, that's it. My sister is the direct object. She receives the action of being looked after. So the structure is usually phrasal verb plus direct object. Look after plus my sister.
Got it. That makes sense. Can we think of some other common ones?
Sure, think about chores at home. Maybe your room is messy. You might say, I need to clean up the room.
Okay, clean up.
Clean up is the phrasal verb. It means make tidy. What do you clean up?
The room.
The room. Direct object. The action of cleaning up affects the room. So clean up here is transitive.
Okay, good example.
Or imagine you need some information. You might say, I need to find out the answer.
Find out means discover, right?
Exactly. Discover. What do you need to find out?
The answer.
The answer. Direct object. The action of finding out is directed at the answer. Transitive again.
Okay, one more maybe.
How about please pick up the book? Pick up means lift. What should you pick up?
The book.
The book. Direct object. The action goes to the book. So you see, in all these cases, the phrasal verb needs that object to complete its meaning. It points to something.
That's a great way to think about it. Does it point to something? If you can ask who or what after the phrasal verb and get a clear answer in the sentence, it's probably transitive.
That's a very useful test, yes.
Okay, let's practice this. We have some examples from our material. Task 1. Let's go through the ones that are transitive and pinpoint that direct object.
Sounds good. Let's take them one by one. Number 1, please take out the bins before you leave.
Take out.
Right, take out. It means remove something from inside. So what should you take out?
The bins?
The bins. That's our direct object. So take out is transitive here. The action hits the bins.
Clear.
Next one.
Number 2. I need to cheer up my sister because she's crying. Cheer up. Make someone happier.
Precisely. Who do you need to cheer up?
My sister.
My sister. Direct object. So cheer up is transitive. The cheering up is directed at the sister.
Okay.
Let's skip to number 4. I went through my father's bottle of cologne.
Went through. This one could mean different things, couldn't it?
It could, but in this context with bottle of cologne, it usually means used up completely, consumed it all.
Ah, okay. Used it all up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what did you go through? What did you use up?
My father's bottle of cologne.
Exactly. That whole phrase is the direct object. So go through, meaning use up, is transitive here.
Got it.
And number 8 is interesting. He gets along with most people.
This one has 3 parts. Get along with.
It does. Get along with means have a good relationship, be friendly with.
Right.
Now, who does he get along with?
Most people.
Most people. That's the direct object. So even though it's a 3-part phrasal verb, it's still transitive. It takes an object.
That's a really good point. The number of parts doesn't decide if it's transitive or not. It's whether it needs an object.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that was really helpful for spotting transitive phrasal verbs and their objects. Let's do some more practice with task 2. For these ones, we know they're transitive. Our job is just to find the phrasal verb and say what the direct object is. Listeners, try to find the object yourself as we go.
Okay, let's do it. Number 1. He is so creative, he made up a story for his daughter and her friends.
Phrasal verb.
Made up. Here, it means invented or created.
Okay, and what did he make up?
A story. A story is the direct object.
Perfect.
Number 2, I have to fill out this form so I can go to university.
Phrasal verb is fill out, like complete.
Yes, complete with information. What do you have to fill out?
This form.
This form, direct object.
But-
Number 3, can you help me hang up this picture?
Hang up, but like put on the wall.
Right. What should you hang up?
This picture.
This picture, direct object.
Got it.
Number 4, there was a problem with his essay. He had left out a conclusion.
Left out, meaning forgot or omitted.
Yes. What had he left out?
A conclusion.
A conclusion, direct object.
Okay.
Number 5, the old friends ran into each other on the street.
Ran into. This means met by accident, right?
Exactly. Met unexpectedly. Who did they run into?
Each other.
Each other. Direct object.
Right.
Number 6, I don't like how she looks down on everyone.
Looks down on. This means she thinks she's better.
Yes. Thinks someone is inferior. Who does she look down on?
Everyone.
Everyone. Direct object. Another three-part one.
Good catch.
Number 7. We tried on the costumes, but we looked awful in them.
Tried on, like putting clothes on to check the size or look.
Correct. What did we try on?
The costumes.
The costumes. Direct object.
Okay.
Number 8. She takes after her grandmother.
Takes after. This means resembles. Looks like or acts like.
Exactly. Looks or acts like an older relative. Who does she take after?
Her grandmother.
Her grandmother. Direct object.
Okay.
Number 9. My mother says I have to get rid of my old toys.
Get rid of means throw away or remove.
Yes. What do you have to get rid of?
My old toys.
My old toys. Direct object. Another three-parter.
They're quite common, aren't they?
They are. And number 10, I can't hear anything. Please turn up the volume.
Turn up. Make louder.
Yes, increase the sound. What should you turn up?
The volume.
The volume. Direct object.
Excellent. That really drills down on finding the object for transitive phrasal verbs.
Yeah.
So we've covered phrasal verbs that need that target, that object. But what about the other kind, the ones that don't need an object?
Ah, yes, the other side of the coin. The intransitive phrasal verbs. As we said, these ones do not take a direct object. The action happens, but it doesn't transfer to something or someone else. It's self-contained.
Okay. No receiver needed.
No receiver needed. The example from our material is perfect. When I grow up, I want to be a firefighter.
Okay, the phrasal verb is grow up.
Right. Meaning become an adult. Now, does grow up act on something else? Can you grow up a tree?
No, that sounds silly. You just grow up.
Exactly. The action happens to I, the subject. I'm the one growing up. There's no separate direct object.
So the structure is just the phrasal verb.
Often, yes, just phrasal verb. It might be followed by details about when, grow up soon, or where, grow up here, or how, but never what receives the action. That's the key difference.
Okay. Can we think of some other common intransitive ones?
Definitely. How about wake up? Like I wake up early.
Wake up. Stop sleeping.
Right. Do you wake up something?
No, I just wake up.
You just wake up. The action affects you, the subject. Early tells us when, not what. So wake up is intransitive.
Makes sense.
Or if I say, please stand up.
Stand up. Rise to your feet.
Yes. Does it need an object?
No, just stand up.
The action is performed by you, the subject. It's complete, intransitive.
Yeah.
One more. Think about a machine. My car broke down.
Broke down. Stop working.
Right. Did the car break down something else?
No, the car itself broke down.
Exactly. The action happened to the car. No direct object. Broke down is intransitive.
These examples really help show actions that are complete in themselves. So let's go back to task 1 again, and this time, find the intransitive phrasal verbs. We need to explain why they don't take an object.
Okay, let's find them. Number 3. I'm waiting for my mother to come back from the shops.
Phrasal verb is come back, return.
Yes. Does come back have a direct object? Can you come back something?
No, my mother just comes back.
Right. From the shops tells us where she's coming from, not what receives the action. So come back is intransitive.
Okay.
Number 5. I get up every morning at 6 a.m.
Get up, rise from bed.
Correct. Does get up have an object?
No, I just get up every morning at 6 a.m. is when.
Exactly. Time information, not an object. So get up is intransitive.
Right.
Number 6. It was a difficult year and Mrs. Calloway lost her job, but they got by.
Got by. This means managed. Survived.
Yes, managed to survive or cope, usually with little money or resources. Did they get by something?
No, they just managed. It describes how they lived.
Precisely. No direct object. So got by is intransitive.
Okay.
And number 7, she passed out because of the amount of pain she was suffering from.
Passed out. Fainted. Lost consciousness.
Right. Did she pass out something or someone?
No, the action happened to her. She fainted. Because of the pain is one.
Correct. Reason, not object. So passed out is intransitive.
Okay, that makes the difference between transitive and intransitive phrasal verbs much clearer. So just to summarize this first big part, we have phrasal verbs that act on something, or some of those are transitive. And we have phrasal verbs where the action just happens, no target needed. Those are intransitive. And knowing this difference is really, really helpful for using them correctly, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It's the foundation. But there's another layer, another important way to categorize these phrasal verbs.
Okay. What's next?
Well, now we need to think about flexibility. Remember, phrasal verbs have 2 main parts, the verb and the little word, the particle.
Right. Verb and particle.
Sometimes you can put other words between those 2 parts. You can separate them.
Oh.
But other times they are stuck together like glue. They must stay side by side. You can't separate them. this idea, can we separate them or not, is our second big topic.
Separable versus inseparable. Okay, let's unpack this. This sounds like it's about sentence structure.
It is, very much so.
Let's start with the ones you can split, the separable phrasal verbs. The name kind of gives it away.
It does indeed. They can be separated.
Our material has a good example. Turn off the light before you leave.
Okay, turn off is the phrasal verb, meaning stop the light. The light is the object.
Right. Now, because turn off is separable, we can also say,
Turn the light off before you leave.
See how the light, the object, jumps into the middle between turn and off?
Yeah. Exactly, and both ways are perfectly correct. Turn off the light or turn the light off. Same meaning, both natural. That's what separable means.
Okay, that's a key feature. Now, is there a rule about which phrasal verbs can be separable?
Yes, and it connects right back to our first topic. Here's the crucial rule. Only transitive phrasal verbs can be separated.
Only transitive. Why is that?
Well, think about it. To separate the verb and particle, you need something to put between them, right?
Yeah, the object.
Exactly. The direct object is what goes in the middle. If a phrasal verb is intransitive, it doesn't have a direct object. So there's nothing to put in the middle, nothing to separate the parts.
That makes perfect sense. So if it's separable, it must be transitive because you need that object to do the separating.
Precisely. That link is very important.
Okay, now here's something from the material that sounds important but maybe a little tricky. It says, all separable phrasal verbs are transitive, but not all transitive phrasal verbs are separable.
Yes, that's a really key insight. Let's break that down slowly. It tells us two vital things.
Okay, what's the first thing?
First, if you know a phrasal verb is separable, you also automatically know it's transitive. It must have an object, because that object is what allows the separation.
Right. Separable means transitive. Got it.
Second thing, and this is where learners sometimes get confused, just because a phrasal verb is transitive, it has an object, that doesn't automatically mean it must be separable.
Oh, so some transitive verbs cannot be separated.
Exactly. Some transitive phrasal verbs are inseparable. Their parts must always stay together, even though they have an object.
Can we think of an example of that? A transitive one we can't separate.
Absolutely. Let's go back to, he gets along with most people. We established that's transitive, right? The object is most people.
Yes, we did.
Now, can we separate it? Can we say he gets most people along with?
No. That sounds really weird. Doesn't work.
It sounds very wrong. So get along with is transitive, but it's inseparable. You must keep get along with together.
Okay, that's a brilliant example. Transitive has an object, but still inseparable. That really clarifies the second part of that rule.
It's a crucial distinction. Now, if we connect this to speaking naturally, when you do use a separable phrasal verb and you decide to separate it, the word order becomes very, very important. There are rules.
Okay. Word order rules. This sounds like something we definitely need to know.
Yes, especially for separable verbs. Let's call them word order rules for separable verbs. Rule A. Using a specific noun object, this means the object is a person's name, like Sophie, or a specific thing, like the book or the fire.
Okay, a noun object. What's the rule?
The rule is you have a choice. The material says the object can go either between the verb and particle or after the whole phrasal verb.
Oh, nice. Flexibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's use the example, pick up Sophie. You can say, I picked up Sophie, object after, or you can say, I picked Sophie up, object in the middle. Both are completely correct and natural.
Okay, that's good to know. Either position works for nouns.
Yes. Let's take one from task 3. She put out the fire. The fire is the noun object, so we can also say,
She put the fire out.
perfect. Both are good. You have a choice with nouns. Rule B. Using a pronoun object. This is the super important one. Pronouns like it, him, her, them, us, me, you.
Okay, what's the rule for pronouns? Is it different?
Very different and very strict. The material states clearly, when the direct object is a pronoun, it must go between the verb and the particle. Only one position is correct.
Only in the middle, not after.
Never after, always in the middle. This is a very common mistake for learners, but it's essential for sounding natural.
Wow, okay. So, if we go back to pick up Sophie,
Yeah.
if we change Sophie to her.
Then her must go in the middle. You have to say, I picked her up.
Not I picked up her.
No, I picked up her sounds incorrect to a native speaker. The pronoun has to be in the middle. Picked her up.
Okay, that is a huge E rule to remember. Pronouns go in the middle of separable phrasal verbs. Always.
Always. It just sounds right in English that way.
Right, that pronoun rule needs practice. Let's go through all the examples in task 3 now. Very slowly, We'll say the original, show the other option if it's a noun, and then, crucially, show the only option with the pronoun. Listen carefully, everyone.
Okay, I'll lead us through them. Remember the rules. Nouns can go after OR in the middle. Pronouns must go in the middle. Number 1, she put out the fire.
Object is the fire. Noun.
So we can also say, she put the fire out.
Okay. Now, the pronoun for the fire is it.
So the only correct way with the pronoun is, she put it out.
Got it. Put it out.
Number 2, I called off the party.
Object is the party. Noun.
Other option, I called the party off.
Pronoun for the party is it.
Only correct way, I called it off.
Called it off. Okay.
Number 3, Oscar asked out Samantha.
Object is Samantha. Noun name.
Other option, Oscar asked Samantha out.
Pronoun for Samantha is her.
Only correct way, Oscar asked her out.
Asked her out.
Number 4, they handed in their essays on time.
Object is their essays. Noun phrase.
Other option, they handed their essays in on time.
Pronoun for their essays is them.
Only correct way, they handed them in on time.
Handed them in.
Number 5, I like showing off my new boots.
Object is my new boots. Noun phrase.
Other option, I like showing my new boots off.
Pronoun for my new boots is them.
Only correct way, I like showing them off.
Showing them off.
Okay.
Number 6, turn off the washing machine.
Object is the washing machine. Noun phrase.
Other option, turn the washing machine off.
Pronoun is it.
Only correct way, turn it off.
Turn it off. Very common.
Number 7, I have to drop off my sister at a party.
Object is my sister. Noun phrase.
Other option, I have to drop my sister off at a party.
Pronoun is her.
Only correct way, I have to drop her off at a party.
Drop her off. Got it.
Number 8, she won't give up her love of singing.
Object is her love of singing. Noun phrase. That's a long one.
It is, but it still works.
Yeah.
Other option, she won't give her love of singing up.
Pronoun is it. Only correct way, she won't give it up.
Give it up, yeah.
Number 9, put on your hat.
Object is your hat. Noun phrase.
Other option, put your hat on.
Pronoun is.
Only correct way, put it on.
Put it on. Very common too.
Number 10, I made up a lie.
Object is a lie. Noun. Made up meaning invent.
Yes. Other option, I made a lie up.
Pronoun is it.
Only correct way, I made it up.
Made it up. Okay. That practice was so useful. Seeing all those examples really cements that rule about pronouns going in the middle. It's a pattern you can learn.
It absolutely is. Once you get the hang of that pronoun rule, your English will sound much more accurate. So we've covered the separable ones. Now let's look at the other group. Inseparable phrasal verbs.
The ones that stick together like glue.
Exactly. As the name says, you cannot separate these. The verb and particle must always stay side by side.
Okay.
The example from the material was, he passed away last night.
Passed away, meaning died.
Yes. And last night tells us when. It's not an object. This phrasal verb, passed away, is intransitive.
Right. No object.
And because there's no object and the meaning is so fixed together, you simply cannot separate it. You can't say, he passed last night away.
No, definitely not. So it stays together.
It must stay together, passed away. And as we saw, many inseparable phrasal verbs are intransitive. That makes sense. No object, nothing to put in the middle.
Right. Intransitive often means inseparable.
Often, yes. But, and here's that crucial point again, remember that some transitive phrasal verbs are also inseparable.
Like our example, get along with.
Exactly, like get along with. It has the object most people, but you still can't say get most people along with. It must stay get along with most people.
Okay.
Another really common one, look for, meaning search.
Oh, yes. Look for.
If I say, I am looking for my keys, is it transitive?
Yes. My keys is the object. You are looking for something.
Correct. It's transitive. But can you separate it? Can you say, I am looking my keys for?
No, that sounds terrible.
It sounds very wrong. So look for is transitive, but it's inseparable. You must keep look for together.
Okay, so that's another great example. Transitive but inseparable. Look for my keys.
Exactly. So the rule isn't just about transitive versus intransitive. Some transitive verbs are separable and some are inseparable. You often have to learn them case by case.
Wow. Okay. We have covered a lot today about phrasal verbs. This has been really insightful. Just thinking about them in these categories, transitive and transitive, and separable, inseparable, really helped organize them in my mind.
It provides a framework, doesn't it? A way to understand how they behave.
It really does. So just to recap for everyone listening, we learned that some phrasal verbs need an object, they're transitive, others don't, They're intransitive.
That's the first big distinction.
And then we learned that some transitive phrasal verbs can be split apart. With the object in the middle, they're separable. Especially, remember that pronoun rule.
Yes, pronouns must go in the middle.
But other phrasal verbs, including all intransitive ones and some transitive ones, must always stay together. They're inseparable.
That's the second key distinction.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener, as you continue learning English? It means when you encounter a new phrasal verb, maybe try asking yourself those two questions. First, does it need an object? Is it transitive or intransitive? And second, can I separate it? Is it separable or inseparable?
Thinking about those questions is a really powerful learning strategy.
Definitely. And start noticing them. When you read, when you listen, try to spot phrasal verbs and think about which type they might be. It gets easier with practice.
It really does. And that brings up a thought for you, the listener, maybe a little challenge for today. How many phrasal verbs can you spot in English today? Maybe in a song or a simple article online or just something you hear.
Well, like a phrasal verb hunt.
Exactly. And when you find one, try to think, is it transitive, intransitive? Could it be separated? It's a great way to actively practice what we discussed.
I love that idea.
And connecting this to the bigger picture. Getting comfortable with phrasal verbs, understanding how they work, it's such a huge step towards sounding really natural in English. They add so much color and flexibility to the language. Mastering them is, well, it's a very rewarding part of the journey.
I completely agree. We really, truly hope this conversation was helpful for you today. We know phrasal verbs can seem like a big mountain to climb sometimes.
They can feel intimidating.
But breaking them down into these types, transitive, intransitive, separable, inseparable, hopefully makes that climb feel a bit easier, more manageable.
We hope so too.
If you enjoyed learning about phrasal verbs with us, please do subscribe to this channel. That way you won't miss our next conversation about learning English.
And maybe share this with friends who are also learning. They might find it useful too.
Oh yes, please. Sharing is caring, especially when it comes to learning languages. And don't forget to check the description below this recording. We'll put some helpful links and maybe some extra notes there for you.
Good idea.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today, everyone. We really appreciate you tuning in.
Yes, thank you.
We wish you a fantastic day and lots of success with your English practice. Keep going.